I'm expecting the US to go down. What if that dream is somewhere else right now? So in 20 years from now, look at the countries. I'm expecting the US to go down when it comes to culture. I'm seeing other parts of the world that are attracting more millionaires, more talent. So I envision the Middle East, even Eastern Europe, Asia developing a lot. Latin America is booming. So I can see these countries really performing well, being probably Dubai and the UAE, Saudi Arabia, all this area of the Middle East, catalyst for development. For example, they are developing a project of the highest tower in the world. Now we've got Burj Khalifa, but after Burj, there's gonna be another tower, more than a kilometer, more than 1,000 meters high. And this is all happening now in the Middle East. They are being pioneers. It's where the money is flowing. They understand that people, entrepreneurs, businessmen, we want 0% taxes. We want this situation that helps the soil for entrepreneurship. So I see getting passports, residencies in that area, in this area right here, Dubai, Middle East, to be something where you can build in the future and where you can connect with people that are going to give you more money and that are going to fund your projects, your ideas. Tell me, if this is not the future, if you can find this in other places of the world. So far, what I've seen here in the UAE, it's the Sheikhs. When you see the quotes, how they think, when you read the books of the Sheikhs, their vision of the UAE is these people think generational. They think, what can I do now that is going to have an impact in humanity in 500 years, in 1,000 years from now? They're not egocentric. They are not focused on themselves. They already have everything they want. When you are a trillionaire, what else do you want? Most of them, when I read the books, the biographies, is they want to move humanity forward. And that's why I invest here, because I see that they are just going much more ahead than the ego politicians many people have in Western countries, including myself. Here, I can become more humble. When I wear, for example, the typical kondura, the typical outfits of UAE, the Sheikhs or Saudi Arabia, and when I dress the robes, I can feel that my ego dissolves. There's no brands, there's no, oh, I'm wearing this jewelry, this, that. It's just a robe that fits perfectly, tailor-made, it's comfortable, and you start thinking, okay, my mind goes somewhere else. So with this, it's how you can build something together, because there are no barriers. It's like nature. Nature interacting, the plants, the fungi, all the living beings here working together for this ecosystem. So think, this is just my guess, this is just my opinion, but think where in the world this is being created, this ecosystem for development, for growth. That's where you want to invest the next 10, 20, 30 years of your life, where you want to have the real estate, where you want to have the banking, where you want to have, assets, people, network. So, gentlemen, this is the other chapter. We're going to continue in this Museum of the Future and share more about what I see sovereignty coming in the future. The next part, the library. It's important to gather information, not just from the past, that we can learn a lot from the past, but also from the future. We need to be aware of bank account options, residency options, tax residency options. Come here, come here. Working with our team is like having access to all this library, opportunities that you might not know, but we have in our database of what combinations of offshore structures, banking, residencies, places you can buy real estate, other investments, how to protect your assets. It's all here, it's all in our files. So whenever you book a consultation with us, is accessing this. Maybe a species that you already know of, maybe species that you don't. And because you don't know what you don't know, well, there might be opportunities available to you, specifically tailored to you, that you're not making the most of, because it's just a matter of having more information, exploring more. So when we study the past, we see that there are empires like the British Empire that went up and then went down. You, for example, can read and watch videos on Ray Dalio talking about principles of the empires, how the economy went up and then empires that just disappeared. So this is something you must be aware of, and it's the library. The more you know about history, the more data points you can gather to understand and read the future. You can understand maybe America was the land of the free, was full of opportunities, but what if now the land of the free is Paraguay? What if now the land of the free is the UAE, is Dubai? Where it used to be in America to make millions of dollars, the American dream, what if that dream is somewhere else right now? This is what I envision for the future. And to continue this journey together, come with me, because we're going to the next section. The laboratory, where we did the experiments for you, so you don't need to experiment. You just come and reap the fruits, the results of what we've accomplished. So for example, you tell us, hey, we want to off-ramp crypto. We want to do this, do that. This is what's gonna accelerate the future for you. It's what's gonna make things faster, because every time that you hit the result that you want in days, in weeks, instead of years, you can move to the next step faster and faster and faster. The more money you keep, the more you can develop. The more resources you have, the faster the forest you can build. So imagine this as your generational wealth, your family. Yes, we talk about generational wealth, but it's not about sharing money with your family in the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, your kids, your grandchildren. It's about passing the knowledge and also the sovereignty, because you can give them millions of dollars through trusts that when you die, the trustees, just receive this. But what about the knowledge? What about these ideas on sovereignty, on freedom? I'm expecting the US to go down. What if that dream is somewhere else right now?